Cuba. Broadcasting from Cuba, free territory in the Americas.
We're transmitting in English on our international shortwave frequencies and streaming real audio online at www.radiohc.cu.
Cuba's English language broadcast, our second hour, hour 2, here on your radio. La segunda hora. We've got news from Cuba and around the world. That'll start things off. We've got Dr. Jose Riviera. He has some weather for us with the weather report. Susana Nieves has our commentary and viewpoints. Then Catherine Lopez files a report on the speech delivered by Cuba's ambassador to the United Nations, Pedro Cuesta, during the UN General Assembly's special emergency session on Ukraine. That was yesterday in New York at the United Nations. We'll be bringing you the complete English language translation of our ambassador's address. Devin Jones is here. He presents his weekly program, The Voice of Jose Marti. Abel Vasquez then has some sports action with some sports news with Abel. And Lena Valverde is on vacation, so Susana Nieves is here. She brings us cultural news with the Arts Roundup. Lots of stuff for this second hour. La segunda hora, as we say in buen español. Stay with us right here on the radio. Radio Habana, Cuba. Over now to our national news desk with Catherine Lopez.
Thank you, Ed. On Tuesday, Cuba rejected the hypocrisy and double standards of the U.S. and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, in face of Russia's operation in Ukraine and called for a careful assessment of the factors that led to the use of force. Speaking at the emergency special session of the General Assembly on the situation in Ukraine, Cuba's permanent representative to the United Nations, Pedro Luis Pedroso, recalled that Washington and the Atlantic Alliance bombed Yugoslavia in 1999 in pursuit of their geopolitical objectives at a high cost in human lives. The Cuban diplomat pointed out that the U.S. and some allies use force, invade sovereign states to provoke regime changes, intervene in other nations' internal affairs, and are responsible for the death of hundreds of thousands of civilians, which they call collateral damage. He explained now, on the occasion, the U.S. determination to continue NATO's progressive expansion towards Russia's borders led to a scenario with implications of unpredictable scope which could have been avoided. But they also pointed out that ignoring Moscow's well-founded demands for security guarantees for decades was a mistake. The diplomat reiterated before the United Nations General Assembly that Cuba advocates a serious, constructive, and realistic diplomatic solution to the current crisis in Europe that guarantees the security and sovereignty of all, as well as regional and international peace and stability. In this regard, he stressed that the Caribbean nation welcomes the start of negotiations between Russia and Ukraine as the only way to solve the conflict.